My name is Mishadai Grandjean. I'm a fourth-year political science and economics major from Jonesboro, Georgia. My parents are from the beautiful island of Haiti. I'm most passionate about serving people and really bringing a light and a change to their environment. I remember the words of the famous poet J. Cole, who says, serve people and bring change as a waiter's purpose. So I always said I wanted to be a waiter in the sense of coming to an area and just changing their environment for the better and improving the lives of those around me. I recall my first time being involved in school in the Student Government Association, and I ran for president. And I was so excited. I really got my team together, and we had a great time and a great campaign, but unfortunately I lost. And the second year afterward, I had the opportunity to run again. I was struggling with the idea of whether I should run or not. And I think during that time I thought about, am I good enough? My self-esteem definitely was challenged. I definitely wondered, was I the right person for the job, or am I even capable? But it was a time I had to come deep inside myself and my faith and just kind of remind myself that, hey, it's not about me, it's about the impact that I'm having, and that it's more than just a race. It's about changing people's lives and impacting them in a special way. So I decided to run for president again, and fortunately the second time I won. If I can go back in time and relive one moment, I would go back to my high school graduation. And the reason why is not because I was graduating high school, but it was really because my family was there. For me, it was amazing seeing my uncles, my aunties, my cousins from both sides of my family come together, interact with each other, and it was very special, heartwarming to me just because it was for me. And that felt kind of nice, but the sense was just kind of seeing them all together. I think my family's been a big part of me. They've always prayed for me and reached out to me and supported me throughout everything. So just that moment, that feeling was just very nice. I remember smiling from ear to ear and just kind of being happy that they were all there around me. My spiritual life has impacted me a significant way. The only reason why I came to the University of Georgia is because my faith told me to. Long story short, I was one time in church and I heard a voice that said, I want you to only apply to UGA, because if you apply anywhere else, you'll miss out on a half year at UGA. So with that, I applied to UGA. I got deferred. That was also a big test of my faith, wondering, was it really, just my head? Was I talking to myself? Did I not sleep the night before? But again, I finished the application and I was later on accepted. And since I've been here at UGA, it's just definitely been a great experience, and my faith has constantly pushed me over several hurdles, and several things have happened, whether it's my mistakes or my shortcomings or just even going through the process of college. My faith has constantly been there to support me, and I'm very grateful for it. One piece of advice that I would give to everyone is to remember that it's all coming together for your good. If I probably asked you a question, do you ever crack eggs and then put it in a cup and then drink it? Probably not. Or if you pour a cup of oil and drink it, probably not either. Or maybe you take a spoon of flour and you eat it. Now, we don't do these things. We don't like to eat these individual ingredients, but have you ever had cake? And cake has eggs and flour and oil. You see, I think that we all are in the process of making our cake. There are different ingredients that we may not like individually. Those low moments, those humble moments, those moments of frustration of how am I going to pay for school or how am I going to get through this. But again, it's just all of these ingredients that's coming together to really just make the cake that you have. And when you're able to finally present your cake, when you reach your desired end or goal, and people are able to say, wow, what's so special about you? She has this amazing thing about her, or he has a special way of talking to people. It's because of your cake. It's because of the ingredients that you've had. So the biggest advice is to take everything, knowing that you're making your cake. Every experience, every lesson is just a blessing in disguise in different ways. You may not see it, but it's just all coming together. And to never lose hope, to keep pushing on, to make sure you persevere. If you don't get it the first time, apply again. If you don't get it the second time, apply again. But the door that's meant to open for you will open. If anything else I could say is be yourself, and know that you are on a special path. Sometimes we try to compare ourselves to other people and we forget that we're not at the same level that they are. A mentor of mine told me that several track stars, even Usain Bolt, did not come out the womb just running and winning a 4x4, but it said it took time and practice. And sometimes we like to compare ourselves to these great giants or people in our field expecting to be in the same place that they are. But we have to take a moment, breathe, and remember that we're all on different paths, we're all in different places in life, and that you got to focus on your road and be proud of what you're doing. Look back and look at your past and be proud of the effort that you've made going forward. But always remember to keep the main thing, and that's just yourself, and not to focus on what others are doing and try to compare yourself. Because as soon as you compare yourself to someone else's experiences or their success, you're missing out on the joy and the amazing things that's happening in your life. All right, I'll bill you later.
My name is Jaylen Polk. I'm a second year at the University of Georgia, and I'm actually an intended business major. I came in with pre-med intent. I'm still carrying that on. Yeah, I'm a golfer. I love I love holding conversations with people. I'm actually an RA, and that's probably a big high on campus, something that I really enjoy. To be honest, what I'm passionate about is really just figuring out ways how to better myself and better others around me. One of my biggest passions is golf, and I love that because that's an avenue for me to do just that. Golf allows me to hold conversations, and like in the event of playing, I'm bettering myself, I'm competing with myself at the same time, encouraging those around me. Golf is really therapeutic for me too. So one thing I really value is just harmony and peace a little bit, and trying to attain peace. And I do that, carry that out through my spirituality, with faith, and yeah, in the conversation that I hold with my friends. Yeah, those are things that get me jumping a little bit. I can tell you one thing that I've dealt with and I'm still dealing with is definitely being a people pleaser and a yes man. And I think it impacts a lot of aspects of my life. I feel like I've always dealt with living up to expectations. Yeah, even I think something that really drains me is when I think I have to be, I guess, the best. That's sort of narrative that's been ingrained in my head when I was a child, just like by my parents, and just seeing like that competitive atmosphere within my siblings. Something that has, yeah, living up to expectations of other people is definitely something that I've had to deal with. And recently I've just been working on just being, really just learning how to be myself, really learning how to live out of myself. Yeah. It even goes to the classroom, like, you know, I guess being scared maybe sometimes to not raise my hand or not participate or do the things that I know can help me, like help grow. Even, for instance, like Bible study. I really value community, and it's been a big idea for me since last year, trying to get men together from a Bible study. You know, sometimes it's scary to like put yourself out there. You don't know how people will respond. You don't know if that's gonna push people away. And that's also something I've dealt with too, just being okay with I guess dealing with rejection. So that is something that I have to work my way through, and just like, yeah, it's okay. Like, it doesn't have to impact me. It doesn't have to affect me, even if it, yeah, even if I can't please that person. Even with the Bible study, I know I'm rambling a little bit, but last year, this is just something I think about. It's like, you know, I can't control that situation. You know, even if people come and they don't get, I guess, what I expect for them to get out of it, that's out of my control. That's something I think about. Yeah. I value community. I really like engaging. I like growing, but also like growing with my peers. And I honestly felt a calling. I felt like I was placed in a position of like, where I could influence my peers. And like, yeah, I felt like I had a voice, and I feel like I've been suppressing it a little bit. I just wanted to really just find an avenue in which I can engage my friends a little bit. That's sort of been the narrative even in high school. My best friends wasn't on the basis of spirituality, but just my best friend. We played ball together since middle school, and we've always had that sort of just brotherhood, to be honest with you, pushing each other in every way, and even catching up on family issues, just hey, did you talk to your mom about that issue? Did you, stuff like that. If I was to tell like the next generation one thing, it would really be like, it's not all about you. And that's so hard to grasp, but it's something that I work at every day. And in every way, we all struggle with pride. We all struggle with like our egos. And like the quicker you can let go of that, it's like you can open up so many doors for yourself, so many opportunities. And it's kind of hard sometimes to let go of it because you want other people to think you're this, you want other people to think you're that. But I think if we all develop like what I would call stewardship and like just that servant attitude, it's like we can impact so many people. And yeah, at the end of the day, nothing we do will like, it's all really about like what, I don't know who said it, but how you make other people feel around you. So yeah, that's one thing I would say.
So my name is Charlene Marsh. I am a fourth-year student here at UGA studying international affairs and political science. I am from Norcross, Georgia, so there are a lot of students from Gwinnett who are at UGA, but that didn't quite, I guess, end up as like, I'm trying to think of a way to explain this. I guess when you come from like a county where a lot of students are coming to UGA, like to this college, you would probably expect to have like a bunch of friends coming in and having like a great experience at the beginning, but that actually was not the case for me. So I actually did not want to come to UGA, believe it or not. My mom forced me to apply with my remaining fee waiver for an application. I didn't think I was going to get in because I had a pretty low GPA in high school. But I did, so here I am, almost 4 years later. And I will definitely say that my first semester was probably the hardest semester I've ever had in college, just because there was just so much discomfort, so much change and just transition surrounding me. But during that semester, I really learned a lot about myself, about like what I actually wanted to see in my life, see in the people surrounding me. And it really caused me to kind of step out of my comfort zone that following semester. And spring semester, that truly changed my life because, and I recently talked about this in a Facebook post, but I attended a social justice retreat here at UGA sponsored by Multicultural Services and Programs. And it really just gave me an introduction to different topics such as like identity based on sexual orientation or gender, race, whatever it was. And that kind of gave me a new passion for advocating for people and for amplifying marginalized voices. So it's kind of the way I've operated, I guess, here at UGA, and that's the way I've made friends and the way I've kind of centered my involvement on campus is just around social justice and around advocating for voices that aren't usually heard at the table. I think one word that can definitely describe me is passionate, and I feel like people who, whether you know me for like 5 minutes or you've known me for 5 years, I think that's something that really just shines through. I can be passionate about the simplest thing or the biggest thing, really doesn't matter. But I think that's something that really defines me and really sets me apart from a lot of people. But at the same time, I do have lots of struggles. And probably the main one is that I struggle with imposter syndrome like really, really badly. And a lot of people don't think that about me, I guess, because I've come off as like a very confident person, which is wild to me because I don't see that. I see myself as a very awkward little black bean, but yeah, I definitely struggle with imposter syndrome, so I'm constantly, in a way, like devaluing my own experiences and my own like accomplishments. And it's not even something that I do because like I want to find like affirmation from someone else. Like I literally just don't quite see myself deserving of certain things that people would think I'm deserving of. So that's pretty much my hugest struggle, and it shows up whether it's like in academics or in my involvement with student government, and even just thinking about my career and like being around people, my friends, whatever it is, shows up everywhere. One of my favorite quotes is, "What is not growing is dead." So, and the way I view discomfort is like, it's definitely, I mean, it's in the word, it's uncomfortable, but I think you can grow a lot from experiences that really take you out of your comfort zone, really put you around people with new perspectives that may make you uncomfortable, but I think in the end, you come out much greater of a person than you can be. And I think when you come to college, yeah, it's very easy to kind of latch on to people who are like you, or latch on to people who you may have come with from high school and all that. But I think that's one of the greatest lessons I've learned, is like to really embrace that discomfort.
My name is Demetrius Nicholas. I was born March 1st, 1983, and I've always had a kind of a pull to the town of Athens. The first concert I went to was in Athens. I saw Korn here in 1997. My first real girlfriend was from Athens, and I almost got married to a woman who lived in Athens, and she's the reason I actually moved down here. So it's all about music and love and death, apparently. Got a history of addiction and mental illness issues, and I've had a lot of ups and downs. Right now I'm taking really good care of myself. There's a lot of really good resources here in Athens for that, and, so I do what I got to do to get by. I've had a lot of pain and suffering in my life. I used to not think I would ever get out of it, but I've got to a point where I've reached the other side of it, and there's still a lot of healing to take place. I cry like every day. Like I was in this concert, I saw Electric Avenue just now. Man, they played Purple Rain, I busted out crying. They played another song, I busted out crying, and it just happens, but it's good. It's healing tears, and I need to do that. I think that somebody told me that we cry for a reason. We have the ability to cry, so we should. It's important to kind of release. But music has always been my saving grace. I started playing guitar at 13 and never looked back. So even when I couldn't talk to people about what was going on, I could put it through my music. Even if I couldn't write lyrics and put it into words, I could put it right through here and transform it into music. It's always a good thing. A lot of people don't have that. They turn to other means, like suicide, other things. But I've tried that, but luckily, I never succeeded, and the guitar has helped me a lot with that. Life's not easy, but life's beautiful and it's very rewarding. And happens to be right now, the favorite time of the year for me is Christmas time, which I love it. And it's also time for Hanukkah, and I've got some good friends that celebrate. I'm actually going Sunday to a celebration of lights. It's going to be amazing. So this is just like a really special time of year for me. I love all the decorations, all the lights and the trees in downtown Athens. And it's kind of cool that you guys are here pointing your cameras at me, because the last couple of days I've been going all over downtown taking pictures of all kinds of the nuances in the architecture and little things I've found. There's a lot of cool little things that most people overlook because they're too busy on their cell phones, or they're rushing to get to the bar, the next bar, or to meet that girl or whatever. Hey, how's it going? So everybody's friendly around here. Everybody wants a piece of the pie, I guess. But so I'm here. I'm gonna just live another day and do the best I can. And, thank God I've got the music that I have, and I've got this outlet, and I've got this gift that I have. And I'm glad you guys are here to check it out, witness it, and that we can do this here, because I really like to meet people and just kind of share my story and give people hope, because it can be a very dark world, and we need to give each other hope, and we need to teach each other things. Because a lot of people, they learn things, they just hoard it. It's like, no, you gotta learn stuff and give it away. That's what education is all about, Anyways, that's all I got. Thanks for letting me share.